Killer duo has no idea CCTV caught everything.
I just came to the mindset that it was okay that she died, that it's okay to kill people and stuff like that, whatever the case is.
Like everything was coated. It was on the fridge. It was on the stove. Just
God.
so much blood.
When a 17-year-old and her 33-year-old boyfriend are arrested in Mexico
Okay, well, that's a crime in itself right there.
after fleeing the United States, investigators are confronted with claims of 2 separate murders, a multi-state crime spree, and more than one chilling confession.
I wanted to be painted as a monster.
A retired detective with multiple law enforcement qualifications analyzed this case. On May 5, 2023, the Canton Police in Ohio receive a troubling report of a missing minor. A detective immediately reaches out to coordinate with the Sylvania Township Police Department.
Hey, I am investigating a possible kidnapping involving a Jonathan Jones. They were stopped in Arizona by the Border Patrol in a Nicole Jones vehicle. That's Jonathan's mom. Her son, Jonathan, was with a 17-year-old official missing, Caitlin Coons.
On April 18th, Caitlin had been reported missing after she ran away from her foster home. However, this wasn't the only reason authorities were currently looking for her.
Now, the 17-year-old girl that is with Jonathan, who has a nationwide pickup, texted and said that they murdered Jonathan's mother, somebody else, and set a house on fire.
Following this alarming claim, officers from Sylvania Township head to 53-year-old Nicole Jones's home, where her son, 33-year-old Jonathan, also lives. There, they quickly realize that they aren't the only agency searching for Jonathan and Caitlin.
You guys are marshals?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you working with the detective? Is Canton?
Yes,
Okay.
it's like a fugitive investigation, but then I guess
The
fugitive
one lady
girlfriend
said that she killed her in arson.
The U.S. Marshals had actually begun their search for Jonathan the day before for an entirely different reason. On May 4th, he missed his scheduled sentencing for crimes involving Caitlin from a year prior in 2022. However, investigators now suspect there's far more to Jonathan's disappearance than simply fleeing his sentencing.
This information is third hand, but we know her car is, and because we know the Border Patrol stopped that car down Arizona.
It's now in Mexico?
We don't know. They're trying to find it right now. They got an airplane up and they're trying to locate it and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so it was.
But this is pretty concerning.
Inside the home, there's no sign of Nicole. There's also no obvious indication of foul play or arson, leaving it unclear whether Caitlin's claims are true or not. It wouldn't be long before that uncertainty gave way to a far more disturbing reality.
Well, it's the point of, okay, if she's not in there, it's like they could have taken her somewhere else, so we have no idea what's going on.
3 days later, on May 8th, Mexican authorities report that Jonathan and Caitlin have been found in Chihuahua driving Nicole's vehicle, but there's still
They are in
no trace
Mexico.
of her. They're handed over to the FBI and brought in to speak in El Paso, Texas. Here, investigators uncover a story far darker than they anticipated. First to speak is 17-year-old Caitlin Coons, who tells them everything has been completely blown out of proportion.
There's nothing like deep, like, oh, I went on a killing spree. No, it's not what happened. Okay. And I came to Mexico because I was looking for a new beginning.
Despite Caitlin's words, she's sitting in a closed-off position, arms hugging her body to comfort herself.
And then out of nowhere, they started posting stuff. And that's when the Mexican police were also like, why is it showing all this? And I was like, I don't know. Like, they just now started putting things up like that.
Who started posting stuff?
Apparently, they're saying the U.S. Marshals want me. They said that the National Center of America wants to talk to me. I talked to my local police, and they said that they were going to be taking me out for missing because I wasn't even supposed to be put in as missing.
Were you missing at one point?
I was, last year.
There's far more to the story of Caitlin's disappearance last year, including her troubling history, which comes up in Jonathan's interview. Jonathan, a former member of the U.S. military who is currently unemployed, spoke with the FBI on May 11th, 2 days after Caitlin's interview.
I know a little bit about her past. She's been a runaway since 13 or 12
Oh, wow.
or 13. I know she used to prostitute herself out and stuff like that, and do whatever she had to do to survive.
Investigators also learned that 4 months earlier, Caitlin suffered a traumatic brain injury from a serious car accident while high on fentanyl. While her past may give some insight, for now, Caitlin describes that during her arrest, the Mexican authorities were concerned about the age difference between her and Jonathan.
He was like, well, the 2 ages are really bad, and I was like, actually, I know it's actually illegal in Mexico. The only time someone can date someone above the age of 18 is if they're doing something, then the person has to be 18 for someone to be dating somebody.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, I know that, and we haven't been doing anything. I just came here with him, and.
But still, that's still not right for a 33-year-old to be dating a 17-year-old girl. I mean, come on.
To be my boyfriend.
Common sense.
Jonathan also discusses the nature of his relationship with Caitlin.
Would it be safe to say that you guys were in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you and Jonathan been dating?
We started dating like a couple months ago.
In October 2022, Caitlin ran away from a treatment center for an eating disorder and was reported missing.
And I ended up running into him, and so that happened. I gave him my phone number, and that was it.
How are you and Caitlin know each other?
We met through a dating website.
You were on what website?
Mingle 2.
Caitlin
Mingle
later
too,
claimed
never heard of
Jonathan
that.
stood outside the treatment center with handwritten signs asking her to leave. He was 32 at the time. She was 16.
Well, we were together for like 2.5 weeks. I got arrested. Well, we both got picked up in Wood County for walking to a gas station at 5 o'clock in the morning to get something to drink.
Jonathan's account of his first arrest in 2022 leaves out some of the more troubling parts of the story. According to court documents, around 4 a.m. on October 24th, Jonathan and Caitlin were stopped by police as they were walking along a roadway near a truck stop in Lake Township. Caitlin was soon identified as a runaway. Jonathan admitted to picking her up but said she told him she was 19. Police found photos of Caitlin on his phone, as well as a video of them. Not only that, but Jonathan also admitted to sharing the video. As unsettling as this is, it only marked the beginning of an alarming series of crimes.
And
Is that blood on the outlet thing? Or wherever that was.
And I spent there almost 5 months there.
On March 10th, he entered a guilty plea to 1 count of endangering children and 1 count of attempt to commit pandering obscenity involving a minor. The other counts were dismissed. Jonathan was released on a personal recognizance bond with an ankle monitor while awaiting sentencing. Though he was ordered to have no contact with Caitlin, they started talking again over Facebook.
We chatted for a couple of days, and the next thing you know, she showed up at my door.
In April?
End of April. Yeah, end of April.
Okay, end of April.
Caitlin had arrived at Jonathan's mom's house only 3 weeks before these interviews with the FBI.
He was living with his mom to help around.
Living with his mom to help her out?
Yeah, his mom is like a cool type of mom. Like, she likes to play card games, go on walks, you know. When we were trying to, take her to Mexico, she didn't want to come because she was talking about her Superman boyfriend. And I was like, she said that she was
Superman boyfriend?
Superman. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not going to
I heard that saying.
I think she's honestly getting to that age.
So she was gonna go to Mexico with you guys?
What?
She was gonna go with you guys?
No, she wasn't.
Oh.
She said that she was talking to her, Superman boyfriend and stuff, and that she had things to do, and I was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, she's about to come to that age.
Despite Caitlin's claims, Jonathan says his mom wasn't even home.
She went out, I'm guessing on a bender, because she went out a couple of days before Caitlin showed up, and she never came home. So she does that sometimes.
Yeah. So I want to talk about your mom for a minute. So some of your family members, I think it's probably the same concerns you have. I think it was your brother filed, maybe your brother or maybe your grandfather filed a missing person on her.
Okay.
Because nobody's seen or heard from her.
Right.
Did she have a fight with somebody or?
No, her and I got in a disagreement because she found out I was talking to Caitlin, and she did not want me talking to Caitlin. I told her that I wanted to get back, be back together with Caitlin, where we could see each other, date, and whatever. And she just was not happy about that at all. She was like, "No, as long as you're living under my roof, not happening." Blah 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 blah.
Are we almost done with questioning?
It's a long time.
Yeah. Because I feel like we talked about what happened in Mexico. I feel like I want to know where everything there is to need to know about if there was to be something, and I am ready to get back to America.
I got that, and obviously I can tell that you're getting like a little bit upset.
So wait, they're in Mexico still, or are they in Texas?
I am, because I'm not, like, I'm literally in whatever this is, there's jail cells by there, I'm sitting on this metal thing, I could literally, you know, be out and about. So, I'm ready to leave, that's all.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so we do have some more questions. Tell me about this Facebook message that you sent.
Caitlin recently sent concerning messages to 2 people, including her ex-boyfriend Michael, who she discussed earlier.
He's trying to tell me that, you know, I'm wanted and that I'm about to be going to jail, so.
Why would he say that?
What?
Everything that, yeah, like the U.S. Marshals or something? Yeah.
Because I used to be with him when I was younger, and because of the cops finding out and everything, he's trying to get at me as best as he can right now. So he's trying to like help the police and stuff, and I'm like, you know, there's nothing to help out with. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Caitlin tells detectives that she dated Michael when she was 14 and claims that he currently has access to her Facebook account.
Why would he have done that? Like, why is he so pissed off?
Because, like I said, the authorities are on his side right now, because back when I was 14, when the FBI got involved back then, because they thought the same thing, that I was, you know, a kid, even though I wasn't, it's when I ran away to go be with him, and I did stuff back then. That's the reason why I know not to do it right now, because I'm not 18 yet. But I did it with him, and so the police got involved and stuff, so ever since, you know, they put him on probation and stuff and told him that they were going to be keeping a close eye on him, every time that, you know, something's up with me, you know, he would be the one to be like, oh, I know everything, I know where she could be at.
Strangely, Caitlin's Facebook account shows a post on May 7th, just 2 days before this interview, where she claimed to be at a Dave & Buster's in Ohio with Michael. Investigators went to the restaurant and determined that Caitlin hadn't been there, and in fact had been in Mexico at the time of the post. She had, however, been in contact with Michael. After receiving disturbing messages from Caitlin over Facebook, Michael and a second person reached out to a detective in Canton. In these messages, Caitlin claimed she and Jonathan had killed 2 people, committed 2 cases of arson, and were on the run in Mexico. She even asked Michael to send her money through Nicole's PayPal account. Describing Nicole's fate, Caitlin wrote that she lies in Sylvania, Ohio, and that her next plan was to join the cartel, asking Michael for his help with that as well.
So it says you killed 2 people.
Okay, but like, you understand he has access to be able to hack it.
So let me finish.
Okay.
It says you killed 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
We can't find Nikki. We don't know where she's at.
I didn't know she was missing.
And your guys have her car?
Mm-hmm.
She was planning on joining the cartel?
All of her credit cards.
I didn't know that he had her credit cards.
During their arrest, Mexican authorities found Nicole's wallet, social security card, credit cards, ID, and health insurance in the vehicle.
I didn't know she went missing. That misrelated missing. I used to think that, you know, we killed her, but I didn't know that she went missing. Damn. So who killed her?
Okay, we don't know.
No, but I want to know who killed her because she was a nice mom.
Okay, so I'm saying, we know hasn't been seen for a while, and this says we killed 2 people. We don't know that she's dead.
Okay, but you're putting that on me when I thought that she was doing perfectly fine and everything, and I told you I didn't send those messages.
Despite Caitlin's assertion, investigators soon learned Jonathan had already been making disturbing admissions long before his arrest. In fact, he admits that he took some of his mother's things and pawned them while driving to Mexico with Caitlin.
So that individual that she pawned it to, we had a conversation with. Okay. And he kind of remembered a reason why you were pawning it. Do you remember the reason you gave it to him?
I told him my mom passed away, just didn't want to have it around.
In Tempe, Arizona, Jonathan pawned women's jewelry, and in El Paso, Texas, he sold a pistol and empty pistol magazine for $80 before entering Mexico.
So is your mom deceased?
No.
How do you know that?
Oh, I don't think she is. Last I know she wasn't.
When's the last you knew her to be alive?
A couple of days before Caitlin shot her.
However, he claims that tensions between his mom and Caitlin had been brewing for a long time.
I do know that both Mom and Caitlin have said about each other that You know, if one or the other interfered with something that they would go to the extreme about, like my mom saying, oh, let her be crazy, she tries something, I'll shoot her, blah, 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 blah. And I know Caitlin has said on numerous occasions, like, if your mom tries to stop us from being together, then I will take action in my own hand.
So when we talk to him, and he's gonna try to point the finger at you, we're trying to help you. There's a difference between being 17 and being 33.
Yep. Huge difference.
Okay.
And I don't think it's not legal.
I get that, but I literally.
I know it's legal like that in other countries. I know it was in Mexico. I know in the U.S. it definitely isn't.
Well, it's a matter of fact of, you know, do put it all on him, even though it's not all on him, or go to jail.
While investigators may have suspected Caitlin's involvement in Nicole's disappearance, they are likely unprepared for what she says next.
It was on me.
How's that?
Wait, what?
I told him that I gave him 5 hours. I ran away from an independent living house, and I told him he had 5 hours, you know, to kill her, and he told me that he couldn't do it because I was his mom.
Caitlin said that some things may have happened in the house when you guys left. So to be more specific with you, Caitlin placed a lot of blame on you.
I was trying to cover for Caitlin by telling you I didn't know about my mom.
Jonathan explains that his mom had no idea Caitlin had arrived at her house, and in fact, she didn't know she was inside the home, hiding in his room. Jonathan claims the couple was discussing their future together.
She said I had like 5 hours or something like that to figure out what we're going to do to be together.
And so he wouldn't do it, so I strangled her out, and I took a rock and banged her head a whole bunch of times.
The brutality of the attack is only outdone by the chilling way both Caitlin and Jonathan discuss the details. Jonathan says he was smoking outside when he heard a noise in the kitchen.
I hear something, I don't know exactly what it was, but definitely sounded like a voice struggling.
The voice struggling?
Yeah, like somebody getting hit or something. Through the door and everything, it just sounded like a, oh! When I went in, okay, I'm not going to forget this scene because there was a lot of blood. She was in the kitchen and there was just blood everywhere. I don't know exactly what else she did. I confronted her about it, and she's like, I had to do it so we could be together.
While this confession hints at the motive behind
So
the
wait,
attack,
she wanted to be with him?
Story.
And then I told him about it, and he was shocked. So then I let him give him a moment. He threw up, and then we went to go get cleaning supplies that I cashed out.
And then you see where she bleeding from or anything?
I couldn't tell because there's everywhere there was blood. Everywhere. Like everything was coated. It was on the fridge. It was on the stove. It was like near the sink. Didn't get into the sink. Go figure. The one easy place to clean didn't go. Just so much blood.
Was your mom breathing?
No, I definitely went and checked for a pulse. At this point, I didn't know what to think or anything. I think I was in shock. I'm not happy about what happened, that's for sure, but like, not really because I don't know how to explain the feeling because like, I was pissed, that's for sure, because I did not want that to happen to my mom. Like 100% did not. But I was happy that her and I could be together without interference. After that, we both hopped in the shower so she could get the blood off.
Following this, footage from Lowe's captures the couple calmly purchasing a tarp and cleaning supplies, including bleach, a mop, and garbage bags.
She didn't seem phased at all. Like she almost seemed like she was just continuing like business as usual.
How did you feel after you killed his mom?
I got very high and I was tripping really badly. I was like, oh, that really just happened. Like, I really just killed your mom. And he was like, yeah, you did. And he started crying. And then I was like, I'm sorry. And then, you know, I had to toughen it up because then that was when I went to go hide the body.
Caitlin claims she was the only one to clean up the scene. However, Jonathan contradicts her, a detail that would become critically important later.
Like, I know we used towels to clean up, like, where we were going to lay the tarp because we didn't want to get blood on everything. But Caitlin ended up putting those in a trash bag because it was also the night garbage came the next day, so we put those in the trash can for the garbage crew to pick up. But, you know, after we cleaned off an area for the tarp, we got her onto the body onto the tarp, and we rolled it up and put it into the back of the car.
Eerily, one of the initial investigators predicted this very thing.
Hey, mom's probably in the trunk.
And what?
I said, that dude's mom's probably in the trunk.
Oh, who knows?
We did head up there to get something to eat because I needed to get out of the house and try to process everything, so we went up there for food again.
So you had to walk there?
Yeah. No, we drove up there with
With mom?
Yes.
Okay.
After going to a restaurant with his mother's corpse in the back of her vehicle, they disposed of her body in a dumpster outside of an apartment building. Once again, Caitlin insists she acted alone. This story, however, would soon change. With Nicole's body gone, the couple decided to go on the run, first cutting off Jonathan's ankle monitor and then traveling through multiple states on their way to Mexico. Their crime spree, however, had only just begun.
Finally said, she's like, man, that really did feel like a dream with everything that happened, doesn't it? And I'm like, yeah, except for I can not get the image out of my head. She's like, I can't either. She's like, hopefully we could do more things like that. And I'm like, not trying to get in trouble. I don't want to ruin us being together because she's literally all I had at that point.
Did anything significant happen in Tempe?
Just, we started running low on money, so she tried to sell or get people to
My God.
buy like meetup time with her or whatever.
Was there anything that was maybe firearm related that happened?
Yes. Caitlin wanted to shoot somebody.
In her Facebook messages, Caitlin had stated she killed 2 people. But until now, only Nicole had been reported missing.
I also killed another person in Arizona in a drive-by.
Well, she's being honest about what she's doing. She did.
Also committed 2 arsons in Arizona in the middle of nowhere. Don't know what that was either.
Okay, let's start with the drive-by. What happened?
I, loaded the gun and stuff and shot the person, and I left real fast, and then after that I washed off the residue of the gunpowder. I was like, well, I killed someone, so I might as well kill another.
It's believed that Caitlin used the same gun Jonathan would later pawn. Police in Tempe, Arizona reported that a drive-by shooting occurred on May 1st. Based on location data showing Caitlin and Jonathan's whereabouts, they believe Caitlin was responsible. Though she was sure she had killed someone, the victim survived. Despite this, he stated he thought it was a case of mistaken identity and did not want to cooperate in the investigation or prosecution.
And so tell us about the arsons. What do you mean by that?
Arson as, I lit a flammable spray or whatever. I lit it up with a torch and threw it out the window, and it blew up in the grass. And then I also took a pair of my socks and I drenched them in the stuff, and I threw it out.
What made you do that?
I don't know.
Okay, and that's okay.
Despite her confession, investigators found no reported damage linked to her arson attempts.
Sitting here right now, how do you
Attempted
feel
arson.
mental feelings right now?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know where my head's at. It's 1 second it's here, 1 second it's there. I'm thinking of Caitlin, thinking of how my life's over. I want a cigarette.
As unsettling as Caitlin and Jonathan's chilling confessions have been, they are only the first layer of the story, and more unsettling revelations lie ahead.
So I can stand up and then make that walk.
On May 13th, Caitlin was transported from the El Paso County, Texas jail to Columbus, Ohio. She was then booked into Stark County Detention Center. Jonathan was also transported back to Ohio. What happened next would change everything. A detective in Canton received a letter from Caitlin reading, "I want to answer the questions you all have. I don't remember my statements due to intoxication. And what I've heard I said at the time in Mexico/Texas is false. Following this shocking claim, a proffer meeting was held in April 2024, where Caitlin would flip the entire case on its head.
Any questions before we
This is when she was
start?
18, probably.
I'm just anxious. That's
Okay.
all.
And that's a
I
very,
cried before you came in here.
that's a perfectly normal reaction. You get to be normal the rest of your life, okay?
Caitlin's new statement begins by painting a very different picture of her relationship with Jonathan.
I would, I don't know what to say about that type of relationship. I would say, like, at first, like, it was just a friend, then boyfriend, but then, like, just a manipulator. Like,
Okay.
he just
I
abused
can
me
make a
and stuff like
conclusion.
that, so I don't know what you would call that.
Okay. In what way did he abuse you or manipulate you?
He hit me multiple times and stuff like that.
Along with adjusting her claims about her relationship with Jonathan, Caitlin has a new confession about Nicole's death, one that doesn't just challenge her earlier version, but contradicts it entirely. She starts by saying she was asleep in Jonathan's room.
That's when I hear, babe, babe, babe. And I'm like, I don't even know if I should get up. It's like that.
Oh my
gut,
God,
like,
what's on
you
the
just know
mattress?
Something went wrong. So I like slowly like get up and I like walk out of the room. And then I walk this way. I'm like looking everywhere. Then I walk in and I look this way. And there she is on the ground.
Caitlin began her story using past tense, but has switched to present. She should be saying, I walked, I looked, but her choice of present tense indicates that she is making up the story as she tells it.
There's a rock by him.
Who's she?
You said who's she?
Yeah.
Nicole.
Nicole, his mother, okay. Go ahead.
There she is on the ground. He has his hands on her neck and he's asking me to help him. He's like, babe, can you please help me? And I'm like, no. And then that's when I went to the couch and I lay down. And then he, I didn't even know what to do with myself. I literally kept saying, this can't be happening, this can't be happening. And then next thing I know, he picks up the rock, is banging her head more, and I'm like, no, this can't be happening, this can't be happening.
Yet in Jonathan's interview, he made a very different claim about his involvement.
Did you, in any way, shape, or form,
They're not going to show Jonathan.
actual killing of your mother?
No, just the disposal of the body.
In her first interview, Caitlin made a similar assertion.
The only part he helped in any of what happened is driving to Mexico, because he said that, to be able to get in Mexico, it needs to be an adult driving. Besides that, though, he didn't help with anything else.
How I saw the situation with me and Jonathan was, I really just thought that he was somebody I love. Like, I really thought that, Harley Quinn or, Bonnie and Clyde type stuff or whatever. Like, I really thought that, I was just his, partner in crime, but I wasn't doing the crime. I was just there for him, because I loved him or whatever, and I didn't want to leave him, but I was also scared to leave him.
Then why would you say, okay, let me ask you this. Who's Michael?
Caitlin's ex.
He's your trafficker, okay? So he lives in the Canton area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you exchange some text messages with Michael telling him that you guys had killed Jonathan's mother?
You gotta remember something. Yes, I did say that.
You did? Okay. And what were you trying to do? What were you trying to accomplish by telling?
I was trying to get home with someone. I was trying to let them know.
Despite this claim, a video was found on Caitlin's phone showing her laughing and smiling while in Nicole's car following the murder. The video also shows a firearm in her purse. In fact, in her messages to Michael, her ex-boyfriend, Caitlin wrote, "My boyfriend helped kill in the first." When Michael sent her a picture of her and Jonathan, she replied, "It's him and me. We killed her."
You're trying to tell us that you're the victim in all this.
No, I'm not trying to be the victim. I'm
Okay,
trying to
but-
tell you how she died. I'm trying to tell you what I did, but you're not listening.
Okay, we know how she died.
No, I'm trying to give her the full justice she needs. I understand I'm guilty. I understand I'm guilty for running. I'm guilty for taking the fall for him. And I think what really happened at the end of the day is that I just came into the mindset that it was okay that she died, that it's okay to kill people and stuff like that, whatever the case is.
Throughout this interview, Caitlin has been overreacting to each line of questioning. If her emotions were authentic, she likely would have reacted this way in her first interview as well.
Have you had any conversations
Interesting.
with Jonathan since you both were put in jail?
Yeah, he's been sending me letters or whatever.
Nicole's father was picking up mail from her home when he found a letter Caitlin had written to Jonathan from the Lucas County Juvenile Justice Center. He handed it over to police. Inside, she wrote, "It wasn't me, save me, find me," on one side, and "Don't forget me, please," on the other.
He kept telling me just to keep him in it, keep taking off of him being the mastermind and me being the mastermind, and that I'm only gonna get 10 years and it's gonna be okay. And he loves me and misses me. He can't wait to choke me and teach me right and all this other stuff. And he said he would kill a whole town for me, and it's just terrible. It's terrible. I talked to him on the phone.
Yet Jonathan isn't the only person Caitlin has been in contact with behind bars.
He's the only person I have.
Really? What about Mr. up in Monroe, Michigan?
Who?
Mr. I forget what it is. There's two of them. I can't remember. But according to that, you love him.
Who?
You've been talking with him from the jail. We got you're on audio telling him how much you love
someone
him.
else.
You want to do this, that, and the other to him. Very graphic.
Who? Oh, who? Are you talking about? I don't know who you're talking about.
Does Jonathan know about him?
No.
Oh, it's a different person.
My family, he has support or whatever, but he don't know about anybody else.
What would he say if he heard those calls? What would he say about that situation?
No, I have a history of cheating.
I have a pretty good understanding of Caitlin, and I don't know how much you know about her past, but she's a very well thought out and planned manipulator.
I can definitely see that.
If I were to look at both of your life histories and somebody were to say to me, which one do you think is a sociopath or a narcissist or whatever? It's not going to be Jonathan, okay? And I'm sorry that these things have made you this way.
I'm not like that.
But it's we can't allow you to keep manipulating, okay? And that's been
I'm not manipulating. He's the one that did it. You're not listening. I'm trying to tell you for her sake. I did to provide, but I'm not the one that killed her. And all you need to call was know that police if her body was small, you would see his fingerprints on her and everything, but no.
Because Nicole's body had been placed in a dumpster, the contents had been transported to a landfill.
Yeah.
Due to several factors such as health and safety risk to search personnel and the likelihood of finding Nicole's remains, it was decided that a search of the landfill would not be undertaken.
Yeah, it'd be too
Her remains were
risky.
never recovered, but the truth behind what led to her murder is finally about to come to light.
Probably beyond gone now.
I was scared of him too. Please don't let him get away with it.
Once again, Caitlin's own words came back to haunt her.
I just want to make sure that you're not taking 100% of the blame. There's nothing that you...
Well, that's the thing. I'm taking 100% of the blame because it is the truth. I was the one that killed his mom. I was the one that did the shoot by.
So this doesn't.
I was just, after killing her, I was like, everybody else because they're always against me.
After multiple confessions and conflicting stories, investigators are left to determine where exactly the truth lies. Yet despite their many contradictions in both of their earlier interviews, Caitlin and Jonathan agree on one crucial point: what led to Nicole's murder.
And, she was just like always all over her son. Like always handsy with him and stuff like that, and being really flirt-like, if that makes sense.
Like inappropriate?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so not like an only son and mom relationship.
A very inappropriate relationship.
She doesn't want me to be happy, like over protected mom, or whatever. And thinking about it, I think she had like a weird crush on me. Like, I don't know. I don't know how all that worked out, because I know from like a lot of people have said, including her mother, before her mother, my grandma, before she went into this memory care unit, even said that how my mom like acts with me is just not normal.
Do you think she deserved to act that?
Yeah, I do. And I mean, it's not like she was about to die anyways. So it's not like, it's literally, like, we all die at some point. It's not like she was literally about to die.
She was literally about to die?
No, I'm meaning it as, like, she was old already. And all of us, people in general, we all die at some point. And she was literally close to that age of dying. So I feel like it doesn't matter if I killed her or not.
Still doesn't give you a right.
I killed her because she gave me really two good reasons. She wouldn't let us to be together, and she was very inappropriate towards him. And it's like, she didn't have friends, she didn't have family, so honestly, it's like I killed a nobody.
I really felt like it was a movie. I thought that Jonathan loved me. I thought that we're just gonna go off and be terrible together, be worse together.
Caitlin's dreams of being terrible with Jonathan were dashed by the consequences of their actions. For Jonathan's first case in 2022, along with having pled guilty to endangering children and attempt to commit pandering obscenity involving a minor, he was also charged with vandalism and failure to appear after cutting off his ankle monitor and fleeing to Mexico. He was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. For the murder of his mother, Nicole Jones, Jonathan was charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder, felonious assault, aggravated burglary, aggravated robbery, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse. When told he would be arrested, he had one thing on his mind.
Is there a way I can see Caitlin? Probably not. Probably not.
Jonathan entered a no-contest plea for abuse of a corpse and aggravated murder. He was sentenced to 25 years to life to be served consecutively with his other sentence, with the possibility of parole.
Like, I wanted to be, like, painted as this monster.
Caitlin Coons was charged with aggravated murder, tampering with evidence, abuse of a corpse, felonious assault, and murder.
All right, they're going to run you back, okay? Have a good cry.
Jeez.
No, I feel like my whole life is fine.
She initially pled not guilty before withdrawing and pleading no contest to aggravated murder and abuse of a corpse. Caitlin was sentenced to life in prison with the eligibility of parole after 25 years. Caitlin now seeks post-conviction relief, arguing her defense counsel had been ineffective. She's currently asking for her conviction to be vacated and to be granted a new sentencing hearing.
She manipulated him, or like he manipulated her? A lot of the things her saying didn't really add up to me, to be honest.